AI tools are there, but I don't see many people utilising them. The libraries are empty and children are on the street still killing each other.
Oh my God, what will the people do? What will happen to people? What's going to happen to jobs?
Don't just bang AI into your solution. Make sure it's got a purpose, a meaning, and whilst internally everyone can benefit from this, really take care to see where it fits into your solution going forward.
AI is just a new buzzword that has people in the grass. Before it was crypto, before that it was Web 2, now Web 3.
One of the biggest issues with AI is that we are underrepresented. And if you're not there and you don't contribute to it, we can't make a change.
AI revolution, yeah? Now I'm gonna show you how it works. I'll show you how it works. We're all right. We're all right. Why did we pick AI revolution? Because it's on the top of everyone's tongues. AI, do it for me. AI, find me a missus. You see what I'm saying? Everything's about AI right now. Listen, what we need to do is talk to the experts, yeah? So what I'm gonna ask the experts to do, obviously they're not super experts, so don't listen to everything they say, but what I'm gonna ask them to do is kind of just give a 2-minute background on what they're doing in AI at the moment. And then what I would like to do is I'm gonna get a runner to ask anyone in the audience if they would like to ask any questions. But if not, I would like you lot to share some top tips around AI. How can people stay safe? How can people use it for their business? How can people use AI for their everyday life? How long has AI been around and we haven't even known? Do you know, it's these kind of things. So let's just start with opening up 2 minutes of each of your background in the AI bit, but also about yourself as well, so the people know that you're just not nobodies. And then we go from there and we'll try and get some questions, yeah? Round of applause for the panel, please.
Yeah. So my name's Katrina Young, and I've written it down in case I forget. So I don't think AI's got anything to really do with it. I want to say I grew up in North Peckham Estate. I remember sleeping in a bed with me, my mum and my family. AI has allowed me to 10 times my income. I have 6 businesses. I'm a digital transformation consultant. I'm a visiting lecturer, but the biggest thing is I stay hungry. So there's no point in sitting here and talking about AI. AI tools are there, but I don't see many people utilising them. The libraries are empty and the children are on the street still killing each other, and it just really makes me annoyed. So I'm gonna say that AI did help me to change my career. I've got 2 degrees, and next week my son starts school with Elon Musk's son. AI helped us to do the research for that. Okay? I celebrate my losses as well as my failures, so don't think that you have to know everything. A lot of the things that I see people do is try to be like everybody else, and AI has allowed me to amplify my ingenuity. So I think it's about understanding what you want to do and where you want to go. I am a mentor. I run a technology company, and AI has been my co-pilot. I build software with AI, and then I work with other teams. It increases my productivity. I've replaced team members, I've upskilled team members. I'm dyslexic, I'm dyspraxic, that's why I'm trying to get it all out. It's supported my business, it helps my family. My mum was like, oh, I don't know about that stuff. Now my mum's like, I just love my AI. So I just want you to understand that you can utilise AI to support yourself. Forget about all the other stuff. I'm gonna say be hungry, educate yourself, and you have to be in it to win it. One of the biggest issues with AI is that we are underrepresented. And if you're not there and you don't contribute to it, we can't make a change. So over to you.
Hi, I'm Joel Lexley. I have spent 18 months in a AI startup from Singapore. This was about 3 or 4 years ago now. Those of you that are involved in startups will know my role was business development at the time, helping partner with other AI companies, but I was really doing a bit of everything. In the end, bit of delivery as well. I'm not sure who works in AI here, but was using Wit, all of these things, despite never being trained in that. And it just shows how easy it is to get involved and learn and pick up what is easily one of the most useful, as Katrina said, skills going forward. 10x your productivity. Nearly anyone can do that. AI in every business can be used to automate what you do, the menial tasks on a day-to-day. Whilst I now actually work in finance, I work in a financial consultancy, partnering and helping startups gain access to government funding, which is available to them for the research, the development that they're doing. And I see loads of different pitch decks, all of these things. The one thing I would say is don't just bang AI into your solution. Make sure it's got a purpose, a meaning, and whilst internally everyone can benefit from this, really take care to see where it fits into your solution going forward. But that's me, over to you.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name's Javid. Dexter and I used to go to school together. So he's invited me 30 years ago, same class. We had one computer to share and I'd played games which I didn't really understand. And I started getting into computers. Fast forward to now, I worked for Microsoft for about 12 years. I worked for Amazon for about 3 years. That was more than enough for Amazon. I've started my own businesses and AI was something that really fascinated me. And the reason I say that is about 10 years ago, I was at a Microsoft event in the US, all very flashy. So yeah, Microsoft flew us out to the US. And first I was like, right, I'm sitting on a plane, this is nice. Normally I'm running away from the people trying to nick my pocket money in Kennington. But so there I was, middle of Atlanta, and they had these robots come on stage and start talking to each other. I was like, wow, there's 3 robots, and they're talking to each other, and they were comprehending what they were saying. So I was like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, how are you? And it's sort of, I went here, I did this, and they're sort of repeating back, learning, asking extra questions. And part of my brain literally was blown away. Like, this is fascinating, I want one of these robots. And the other part is, oh my God, what will the people do? What will happen to people? What's going to happen to the jobs? So then that inspired me to go and do a master's. Like I say, I was told at a young age the best thing I could do was work in a teddy bear shop selling teddy bears, so I shouldn't study. So I was like, I'll show you. So then I went and did a master's, and I flew out to Harvard to do some studies as well. So the reason to share this is because I did a master's on AI and the impact it's going to have on the UK jobs, the skills, and also how it's going to impact communities. Because I'm like, actually, it's going to impact certain communities more than others. What will my people do, right? I call myself Blindian, by the way. I know it's Black Tech Day, so I say I'm Black Indian because I grew up in a 95% black area, and I don't like using the word black because I'm like, it's Jamaican, Ghanaian, Nigerian. There's different types of people from different backgrounds. Let's be specific. So I started thinking about that, and I was like, what can I do to give back? So I actually created my own business and did a food app. So I was like, you know what? People from a lot of parts of these world, they make great food. You know, I've tried Jamaican food, I've tried Nigerian food, I've been to Ghanaian weddings. I was like, oh, the fish is banging. Indian food, of course. And I was like, right, why don't I create something where people can start selling food to each other? So I created a home food app. That's to help communities sell food to one another. So it's like, just eat, but if you've got a home kitchen, you can sell to one another. It's on pause right now. The pilot went really, really well, pending some investor stuff. So that kicked off. And basically, I launched it just before COVID. And what happened in COVID? Food businesses went through the roof. A lot of them were illegal, so I couldn't take them on. But the point is, if they were legal, I would have had the biggest, fastest growing app in the UK, in the most humble way possible. So that led me to the studies part of it, just to come back to that for a moment. In 2019, I released a paper. It was 10,000 words, and it had loads of things on there. And basically, it was telling the UK government, if you don't do something about this now, there's going to be people living in poverty in the UK. There'll be food banks, there'll be people completely replaced overnight, and they won't know what's coming. You need to do something about this. I went and sat on school boards, went to Southwark Council and said, hey, head teachers, you're doing this fancy conference, I want to come and talk. They said, right, come on. 100 school head teachers. And I said, look, this is coming. You need to change your curriculum because what you're teaching the kids isn't right. A lot of this stuff, logic-based, like accounting. Sorry to any accountants in the room, but anything logic-based, sorry. But accountancy, for example, logic-based, computers can do that. AI can do that. It can suggest things. It can give you graphs. So I said, you need to basically get these kids thinking about creativity. What can they do for themselves because things are changing? Long story short, they said to me, this is great. We need to start making changes. I said, I'm really worried. You should have known about this already. The government then brought out their study 2 years ago, which sounded very similar to mine. I've got it on my social media for anyone that follows me or wants to follow me. So the reason I'm here today is to talk about this in the capacity that my thoughts on AI are very much, it's what we make of it. Of course, there'll be replacement of jobs. Let's not lie about it. They're saying, oh, well, people can do other things. Frankly put, if we look at supermarket checkouts, I should get paid by Sainsbury's or Waitrose or whoever. I'm doing my own work. I went to Heathrow, I didn't see a human. I went in this pod from the car park to the terminal, I checked my own luggage in. I was tired before my holiday. I was like, I've done my own work here. But that's the future of where things are going, and this is only the beginning. But humans are humans. So in this room there's an energy, right? That you can't replicate. You can't talk to a robot and get some vibes from a robot, you know? People by people. So what I'd say is, for me, AI is a tool and an asset that you can leverage it to your advantage. I've got a podcast. I'm going to show you how I used it last night, right? So I've got a podcast called Suits and Tracksuits. In fact, it's with a main man, Dexter Sims, right? So I'm the suits guy, corporate kind of guy. Dexter's tracksuits. It's like, the entrepreneur. And basically, I said to AI, write me a rap about suits and tracksuits inspiring the youth. This thing in 30 seconds wrote me a rap. And I was like, wow, this is great. I asked it to write me a business plan for my other business. I'm trying to get in front of investors now. I was like, write me an investor plan. Wrote me a structured investment plan. Write me a course on AI. It done me 10 modules of how to write an AI course. I was like, right, I don't need to do any work anymore. So the biggest skill I'd say, and I'm mindful of the next speakers before I pass on, but the biggest skill I'd say right now that we have to learn is how to leverage AI. How do you ask it questions? If a skill is all about prompts, right now they're paying crazy money for prompt writers. That is those who ask the right questions. It's just about being specific, right? And also, we've got to remember that the technology we're seeing today isn't the end of it. When I asked it a question yesterday about statistics, it says, I'm only programmed until 2021. Right, okay, wait till it gets 2023 data. Then what? It's going to get faster, supercomputers. There's a whole race on the chips, microchips, everything. I won't go show my technical geeky side now. But just to show you, Saudi Arabia just bought, I don't know, $1 trillion worth of these computer chips because whichever company invests the most or country invests the most in these chips are going to be the AI superpower. So I'd say, just watch this space, leverage it to your advantage. Great to hear about the many businesses you're running as well.
AI wrote the business plans and got the funding.
There you go. So you can all be serial business owners, right? Get AI to do all the work, but leverage it to your best advantage. And for those with children, I think this is a crucial time where you've got social media on one hand doing the distraction work. As a parent, it worries me. But then you've got AI, which if they knew how to use it, the inquisitive part of their brain is all that needs sort of triggering, right? I know Dexter does that for his various courses. I'm sure there's a lot of great people in the room doing it in their own ways, but it's inspiring them and showing them what they can do. You know, 15-year-olds starting sweet businesses on TikTok. Get AI to write a business plan. Show them how to set up a business. Ask the right questions. They can get everything in an instant. So that's my contribution to this. Don't want to go on too much, but thank you.
Thank you all. My name is Ali. I'm a creative artist as well as an educational facilitator, researching and learning and applying the knowledge in terms of practical solutions. Because in an ever-changing world that we're all a part of, technology is advancing at an unprecedented rate. AI is just a new buzzword that has people in the grasp. Before it was crypto, before that it was Web 2, now Web 3. But AI is kind of different in the sense that the impact is as big as when the internet came into introduction. The internet changed the world and then everything changed. Social media came and changed the world, everything changed. So my background is creative writing, creative arts, but also in 2020 I studied a course called Artificial Intelligence Business Applications. 3 years ago before ChatGPT hit the market, and that course definitively showed me how business applications have real-world implications. And real-world implications are the ones that we're seeing now across the board. And AI is just a tool, yes, and we can leverage it, just as Javid said, but you have to have the culpability, understand the positive and negative aspects. A lot of AIs work based on machine learning, which is learning from learning, and a lot of them have false data, which then creates embedded biases. So disproportionately, people of color are misrepresented in the information that it processes. So then it creates a bias that it perpetuates. If we are not the people creating these systems, then we are not at the forefront of the discussion. And that's why things like Black Tech Day is such an amazing part to be a part of, because we get to have these discussions, be in a place where we can discuss how the world of today is going to impact the world of tomorrow. And if we're not part of the discourse today, we cannot help with the decisions tomorrow.